What is success? Have you ever gotten up one day
Mhm.
and feel like I'm not successful? Or how do I become successful? Have you ever scrolled on social media and you're like, oh, those people are successful and you're not? Well, in this video, Felicia and I, we're going to break that down and talk about success, how to become successful, and kind of redefine success in a way where you can start feeling successful today. You excited about that?
I'm excited.
Yeah, cool.
Hmm.
So you want to kick us off? So what would you say in your years of wisdom and experience,
Hmm.
what would you say you have, because I love your definition. You have a
Hmm.
really simple definition.
Hmm.
From what you've discovered, what would you say success mean to you, or what is success for you?
Success for me is there's so many different scenarios of success
Hmm.
for me. So I would say, our relationship is a success for me. You know,
Okay. Okay.
my children being well, healthy, alive in school and thriving is a success for me.
Hmm.
Me being a parent that works from home is a success for me.
Okay.
Um, I've learned, or we've learned, or I've learned that success is what we thought that success was all about money.
Hmm.
It was all about status. It was all about what job do you do. And over time, what I've realized is success is what means the world to you.
Yeah. I like that. Do you remember that book, or it was an audio at the time, The
Hmm.
Stranger's Secret by Earl Nightingale?
Of course.
You remember the definition of success that he mentioned in that book?
I don't remember the definition, but I remember the gist of it.
Okay,
But I
so
bet you remember the
I remember the
definitions.
definition, of course. Earl Nightingale in the book The Stranger's Secret, he
Hmm.
said, success is a progressive realization
Hmm.
towards a worthy goal.
Facts. I remember that.
And
Hmm.
he said, everybody is successful in a way because you successfully got yourself to where you are. However, I think success has a lot to do with the feeling.
Hmm.
And when you're in that feeling, you're in a place of gratitude, you're in a
Hmm.
place of appreciation
Hmm.
because you kind of understand where you've come.
Right.
And I remember being in network marketing, and we had a coach that they used to have this strategy they call the carrot and the horse,
Yeah.
where they dangle the carrot in front of the horse to
Hmm.
get the person to move.
Right.
So it was the same thing. They would dangle a goal in front of a person in the company in order for the person to move.
Hmm.
So one of the things that the person dangled in front of me was, I think they dangled a promotion or
Hmm.
more money.
Right.
And I think they asked me, are you making all the money you want to make?
Hmm.
And I said, right now I'm making all the money I want to make. I said, do I
Hmm.
want to make more? Yeah.
Right.
And I think they asked me, do you feel successful with what you're doing?
Hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I feel successful. I feel successful because one, as a father, I'm present in my kid's life, which is
Right.
important to me.
Right.
As a husband, I feel like, I'm there for my wife too. And I'm showing up every day. I'm
Hmm.
reading, I'm working on myself,
Hmm.
and I've gotten a lot better than I was yesterday.
Correct.
Now, am I at the levels and the goals that I want to be?
Hmm.
No.
Hmm.
But do I feel less successful at the
Hmm.
current moment?
Right.
Absolutely not.
Right.
And it was at that moment I realized that you have to be very careful of what success is for you, because somebody will kind of reel you in emotionally and they will bait you to go do certain things. And I realized that it's easy for people to play with your emotions
Hmm.
and then snatch your confidence away. So you
Hmm.
got to be grounded in what you believe is success for you.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. So prior to reading these
Hmm.
books, meeting these people and just being who you are now and experience, what was success for you back in the day? What did it mean to you?
Success for me before reading all of these books
Hmm.
was basically doing the thing that I desire to do,
Hmm.
like living life how I want to live it.
Okay.
Being in the moment,
Hmm.
especially,
Hmm.
because I grew up in Jamaica. One of my favorite persons to listen to was Bob Marley,
Okay.
and I think somebody asked Bob Marley, are you rich? Are
Hmm.
you wealthy? And I
Hmm.
think Bob replied, first he says, what is riches?
Right.
And he says, I don't have material possessions,
Hmm.
riches,
Hmm.
but I'm rich in health, I'm rich with my family, and I'm rich in relationships.
Hmm.
So he was successful.
Hmm.
Plus, I looked at a lot of people who I grew up with, and they were content. They
Okay.
were content and they were happy with their present circumstance,
Okay.
right? Whether they was out fishing, whether they was climbing a mango tree, whether they was pushing a push cart,
Mhm.
selling coconut, whatever they
Mhm.
were doing,
Mhm.
they were happy in the moment.
Right.
And I guess that's the difference in the Caribbean. You could have less
Mhm.
and still be
Be
happy
happy.
and
Yeah.
fulfilled. It's
Yeah.
when you come to the States, you start to play this comparison game because you get pulled into this hamster wheel and it becomes a case of the haves and the haves not.
Mhm.
And when you realize you don't have a lot of things, you start to equate success to
Mhm.
the things that you possess and the things that you have. And
Correct.
I was never like that. I never attached success to what I have or what I
Mhm.
didn't have.
Yeah. I think that's how I grew up.
So you grew up too?
Yeah, I grew not the Caribbean way.
Yeah, Brooklyn, right? Brooklyn. Bup, 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 bup.
I mean, in the sense of, you know, success was tied to materialistic
Right,
stuff.
right.
hmm
Hmm.
Success was tied to the job that you
So
had,
you grew up with it being tied to material stuff.
to material stuff, to the job that you had,
Hmm.
tied to the money that you had,
Hmm.
tied to the friends that you had,
Mm.
tied to, it was just tied to so many things, and it was so many outer things. So like the conventional success, which is either money, material things, or status.
With you saying that in today's time, because we
hmm
have kids and we have teenagers,
Right.
would you say success for them
hmm
is tied to, or not just kids,
hmm
adults too?
hmm
Would you say in today's time that for a lot of people,
hmm
success is tied to how they show up on social media or how
Oh
they see
yeah,
themselves?
I think the comparison game is really really big right now. Is really high right now because you're on social media, and people are only posting what they want people to see.
Hmm.
So you're going to social media, and I don't follow just anybody on social media. I follow people who empower me, who makes me want to get out of bed and get to work.
Hmm.
And you have to be very careful because you can easily see one person that you're following who's the same age as you, have children just like you, and you're like, man, I wish I could be doing what she's doing. Or,
Mm.
the comparison game is big, and I feel that's what, at least back in the day, we used to have to interact with each other. We
Hmm.
used to have to go out for lunch and for dinner. And nowadays it's just like, let's do a Zoom call.
Hmm.
Let's talk on the phone, or let's text, or let me send you a reel. And that's our form of communication. Not that it's bad, but what happens is that you tend to lose yourself to what the society believes is communication,
Yeah, yeah.
and like the real communication is like right here,
It's like you said, it's not that it's bad or it's good. I feel like it's just different levels,
it's different
and there's
levels.
time and a place for everything, and
Correct.
you need different ones because
Right.
it does open the door for
Mm.
you to talk to somebody in California, somebody in
That's
Jamaica, somebody in Haiti, face to face.
exactly. So it's one of those things where, I feel that the kids nowadays, it's a little bit harder.
Yeah.
It's a little bit harder, if you don't have your kids spiritually ground,
Hmm.
if you don't have them mentally ground,
Hmm.
it's easy for them to just think that somebody else's success is what would make them successful.
I like that. I like that. What are some of the things that you did to build your foundation on success, right? Because we
Mm-hmm.
know that there's different levels of success and
Mm-hmm.
different types of success, but you can also stack success
Mm-hmm.
to build that confidence. What are some of the things you did?
Um, that's a good question.
Hmm.
I think I did it. I did a lot in terms of, I've always wanted to figure out who I am.
Hmm.
And so from reading the Bible to going to events to reading books to seeing how people live,
Hmm.
and just like,
Oh, that's a good one. We're gonna talk about that one.
seeing how people live. Also, me being a nurse, it also opened my eyes because I worked in like so many different facets of the nursing, geriatric, pediatrics, and stuff like that. And as a nurse, you have this empathetic soul where when you see an older person and you don't see their family comes and see them, but you see the next bed that their family come and see them,
Right.
and you see these different aspects. I knew like I wanted to be that family member that, God forbid, if I was in a nursing home, that they would come see me.
That's success.
That's
That's
success,
at an older age.
at
That's
an older
success at an
age.
older age.
And so, I think I've always been searching. I've always been searching for fulfillment. I was that girl who loved magazines. I didn't have a lot of friends, but I love magazines, and I'd be like, yo, if they could get this and have these nice floors and these nice clothes and this, why not me? And I would search for it. I was that girl who was searching
So,
for
so did you
answers.
feel like when you were searching, did you feel like because you didn't have those things,
Hmm.
did you feel less successful?
No, I think I was too young to realize even what success was.
Hmm.
It was just more, I knew what I like.
Hmm.
I knew that I like money, did not have the money.
Right,
And
right, right,
I
right.
knew that I like um my mom spending time with me, did not spending time with me. So I just kind of knew what I like. I didn't attach it to definition of success. I didn't really know the terms of success back then. It's as I got older that I'm looking for fulfillment. I'm looking for happiness within myself. That now I'm like, okay, well, I guess success is not the conventional, oh, I need a nice
Hmm.
car, I
Hmm.
need a good job, and I need this. Success is way more than that. I want to have better relationships. I want to be a better person. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I like that because success and the goals you have, I would say they go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Because the goal you have, if you're moving towards that goal, and when you do accomplish that goal, you're
Mm-hmm.
considered successful.
Correct.
So,
For you.
for you,
For you.
for kid, let's say at a young age,
Mm-hmm.
you have teenagers,
Mm-hmm.
right? You want to join the basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
If you practice every day,
Mm-hmm.
you're moving towards that goal of joining the basketball team.
Correct.
When you make the basketball team, you were successful,
Correct.
right? Now, you may not be successful in a way where you're making millions of dollars, or
Mm-hmm.
you have a lot of friends,
Mm-hmm.
or you're successful in a way where you won a championship,
Right.
but you successful to make the team.
And I think which adding to that is, do they know that they're successful?
I
That's
don't
the
think they
thing. They
know.
don't know. I
I
think
don't
it's a
think they
part
know.
of life
Yeah.
where you have to go through it, understand. Maybe it's also a part of us teaching them that,
Hmm.
success is those small wins, is
Yeah.
the big wins, it's the overall aspect of it.
Yeah, and that's why I asked you the question about, well, we learned this a while back from a really good friend of ours, and she said stack your wins.
Yeah.
She said create a win folder,
Mhm. Mhm.
take a picture,
Mhm.
make a mental note, make a
Mhm.
written note, and
Mhm.
stack them.
Mhm.
And what happens is one day you get up and you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling challenged, you're feeling
Mhm.
super stressed,
Mhm.
and you're feeling defeated, and
Mhm.
you're like, I don't know if I'm going to do it. But
Mhm.
you can go over to your win folder and
Mhm.
you can say, hey, last year I did this. Last year
Mhm.
I did this. I
Mhm.
worked with this person. I helped
Mhm.
this person do this.
Mhm.
I accomplished this.
Mhm.
And then what you start to realize is you are successful,
Mhm.
right? And I like to tell, I was speaking to somebody and I said, hey, you're successful and you've been successful since the day you were born.
Yeah.
I said, how do I know? I said, the sperm made it to the egg.
Yeah.
So as a
Yeah.
sperm, you
Yeah.
were a success
Yes.
because you
You're
beat all the
here.
other sperms to
Yeah.
make it to the egg. And
Mhm.
then you were born and you're here. So the
Mhm.
fact that you're on this earth, you're
Right.
successful.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
So by the way, before I forget, if you're enjoying this video,
Mhm.
please make sure you subscribe to the Entrepreneur Couple channel. Make sure you
Mhm.
like this video and share it. We appreciate it very much. Let's get back to the video.
If here's a question for you. What was a successful moment in your life
A successful moment
that
in
you
my
was
life.
like, oh my gosh, this moment right here is in the books for me?
I
Uh-huh.
have a few successful moments, but
Mhm.
one that I can really think about, I'll think about right now.
Mhm.
One of the biggest ones that I just knew I did it.
Mhm.
When I quit Applebee's, my
Mhm.
goal was to be a personal trainer.
Okay.
And as a trainer, one of my vision was I wanted to do a class. And
Mhm.
I said, man, if I could just do a class with like
Mhm.
40 people,
Mhm.
I would feel really good because I
Mhm.
know I could do a class with 10, I could do a
Mhm.
class with 20.
Mhm.
But I was like, if I could just get 40 people in a room and
Mm.
get them organized
I
and get them to
remember.
do what they need. And this is back in
Yeah.
2016 or 17.
Right.
And I got the opportunity to do a fit camp
Mhm.
with over 400 people
Mhm.
at City Field up in Shea
I
Stadium
remember.
and killed it.
Yeah.
Killed it,
Yeah.
right? Killed it with you guys there.
Mhm.
So it was very successful for me because not only was I prepared, but I killed it. And
Mm.
not only did I kill it,
Mhm.
I killed it with people
Mhm.
who were part of the squad. So
Yeah.
they were able to
See it.
experience
Yeah.
and witness. And
Yeah.
they came and they were
Mhm.
like, yo, Dom, you killed it. And I
Mhm.
was like, no, we killed it
Right.
because the same thing I was sharing with
Mhm.
you guys were like advanced when we got to that camp.
Right.
And that moment, it was like, I said I wanted to do something, I did it.
Mhm.
And but there's a lot of stuff like that that we've accomplished, but that was
Yeah.
one of the first ones
There
I
is
would say, you
that
know,
is solidified
yeah.
success for
Because
you.
even here, being in Georgia, I feel like
Mhm.
it's a success. Moving from
Right.
New York,
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
right?
Mhm.
We moved in the middle of a world shutdown.
Get correct.
So the fact that we're here in Georgia right now,
Mhm.
speaking to you guys,
Mhm.
this is a win too. This is in our win folder,
Correct. Yeah. It is.
you
It is.
know.
I think for me, a successful moment for me was, after having Mikael. So, so in college, I was a part of HSO. So we did a lot of events. We went to a lot of paces. We had a lot of fun. And I did not do so well in college
Mhm.
because I was too busy having too much fun. And when I had my son, it was like, okay, time for me to buckle down. And so I said, okay, I can't do it in college because my grades was like terrible. So I said, let me go to nursing school. So I went to a technical nursing school, and I went in with a few friends, and I went in with some family members, and I ended up being the only one who graduated.
Wow.
And
How
it's
many of y'all went to school?
I would say it was four of us.
For y'all?
Yeah. So including me. So then like the three of them didn't go through all the phases, but
Hmm.
I did. And I was kind of shocked because, I didn't think that I was that smart. And it was nursing school that I realized, wow, like Felicia, you are smart. You just got to put your mind to it and just get it done. But I always knew that once I put my mind to something, I could get things done. And so that was a successful moment for me.
That's amazing because that was your first son, and
Hmm.
just to transition from where you were there to now.
Hmm. If you're the type of person who's basically looking for a way to monetize in this social media content era, we have something for you. It's called the Social Media Cheat Code Toolkit. And
Hmm.
basically
Tell me about that.
so what's in this toolkit is everything that you need to be successful in the online world.
Hmm.
It's for entrepreneurs, creators, influencers who just really want to tap into it.
And what does
And
it do?
it shows you how to make money online.
Hmm.
It shows you how to create the right content so that you could get the right visibility.
Hmm.
It even has some MRR products. So if you're looking and you want to make some money online, but you don't know what to create, don't
Hmm.
worry, we got you. It have those products that you can sell that are phenomenal products.
Hmm.
And there's different types of products too. So
How
you
do I
see
get that?
which one fits you, and you basically do the content around it, which it shows you how to do the content around it. You set up your store around it, which shows you how to set up your store around it, and you make money. So this is how you get it. Go to the link in our bio and go to our store profile, and you'll be able to see the social media cheat code toolkit. So now, I just want to kind of share a few tidbits because, like this is all about redefining success and finding purpose and fulfillment where you are. Success is what you make it. If you woke up this morning and your goal was, hey, I want to wake up this morning and I want to write a journal entry in my journal, that's considered success. So just to give a little recap or a tidbit of steps that you can do to figure out what's your passion so that you can feel fulfilled. The first thing that I would say is you need to introspect. You need to figure out who you are. I think a lot of times we don't get time to just sit with ourselves and find out who we are, what we like, because we so busy running in this rat race of life that you don't take time for yourself.
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
so I would take a piece of paper out and I would literally write what is it that you feel that you're good at.
Yeah.
And then the next section is what do people say that you're good at. And if you're the type of person who's like, I'm kind of stuck in between what I should do, where I should go, what is my purpose, a lot of time people think a purpose is an epiphany moment that they're going to get.
Yeah.
It's not an epiphany moment. For some people it is. There's some people, singers, who are just really good with certain skills, but for the most part, it's not an epiphany moment. It's really more of a gradual moment of everything that you've been through based off of pain, struggles, mistakes, and you realize, this area right here is my sweet spot that makes me feel happy if I
Yeah.
just like hone in on it more.
You know,
So,
I want to add something to that. One of the things that you can do to find out what you're good at is you could go into your history. And
mhm,
I heard a quote a while back saying the mysteries in the history,
mhm,
right? So what we did was get a piece of paper, draw some horizontal lines on there, and start from where you are now. So what we did was, for example, we started like this. We said, hey, we were in the insurance business. We put the year, insurance business, the amount of money that we make, and you put it here.
mhm,
Then what did you do before that? Before insurance, we was in the health industry. Put the year, the job we did,
mhm,
amount of money we make.
mhm,
Before the health business, Applebee's manager, the year, the amount of money I make. The thing about Applebee's was I was at Applebee's for 10 years. So I had to go in there and list the jobs, which was management, server, bartender, host, line cook, right? And I add the money. And before that, Wendy's. So that brought me all the way back to age, I think 18, 19.
mhm,
I think we did the same thing for you. Your
mhm.
job started at Yellow Books, I believe. Oh, it was that
No,
phone store
here's the
that you
phone
worked for your
store to
uncle.
Popeyes to you realize that
You're
all
going
the
backwards.
jobs and everything that you end up doing is a part of who you are. So
Yeah,
a lot of times we're trying to figure out our purpose outside of who we are. No, the purpose is in who you are.
yeah. Or the skills.
The skills
It's in the
that you
skills you've learned
learn,
over the
the
years
the
too.
wisdom that you got, and which area it is that makes you feel more fulfilled and happy.
Yeah. What I think what that did, what the exercise did, writing everything down, it allowed me to see the skills that I had, which was, oh snap, I'm always teaching somebody something.
Mm-hmm,
Oh snap, I'm always leading a group. Oh
mm-hmm,
snap, I'm into management.
mm-hmm,
Oh snap, I was into communication.
mm-hmm,
Hence now when I went into personal trainer, I was still leading, I was still coaching, I was still communicating.
mm-hmm,
And now here we are, right,
mm-hmm,
as coaches
mm-hmm,
who help business owners optimize their business,
mm-hmm.
right? So it's still the same gifts, it's still
Right.
the same talents.
Mm-hmm.
We just transferred from a 9 to 5 situation where we're now in an entrepreneur situation,
Mm-hmm.
business owner situation.
Correct.
But the gifts and talents are still the same thing. We're just mastering them and getting better and becoming more successful on a
Mm-hmm.
different level.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's so just to recap, take some time, write down what you're good at,
Hmm.
write down what people say that you're good at. And
Hmm.
then, if you are, like I said, still trying to figure it out and you're trying to kind of make money from your skills, your gift,
Hmm.
see what the marketplace needs. Because you could be a good cook. So why not do a YouTube or a TikTok
Yeah.
and just show people your cooking skills,
Yeah. Yeah.
And then another thing that is very important is, don't give yourself a reason not to do it.
Yeah.
Like you have so many resources around you. And a lot of times we say we don't got the money, we don't got the time, we don't have this. Go back and also make a list of all the resources and the people that you know who
Yeah.
are willing to guide you to help you. So what I mean by that is, okay, well, I don't know how to record. Somebody who's probably always on their phone. Hey,
Hmm.
can you show me how to do this?
Hmm.
That's a
That's a
resource.
resources. Yeah.
You probably be like, I don't have the money for me um, to go buy the food to cook. No
Yeah.
problem. But you do have some friends who do like to chill.
Yeah.
Hey, you bring some burgers, you bring this, you bring that, put your camera up and just show people exactly what you're doing. So basically there's resources. So just kind of like start off with finding the resources before
Hmm.
telling yourself like, oh no, this is not gonna work because I don't have this.
Yeah.
You do.
You do. You do.
You do. You just gotta be open to finding it with
Hmm.
what you already have.
Yeah.